time. Okay, I can already see some eyes closing. But come on, I was just introduced as a person who loves telling stories. So let me put it like this. How many of you have heard the famous story of the elephant and the rope? For those of you who haven't, let me quickly summarize it for you. It's a story about how gigantic elephants in elephant camps are kept in place only with a small rope tied to their leg. Wondering how they don't escape? Well, the caretakers explain that this is because when these very elephants were very tiny, the same ropes were used to keep them in place. Back then, they would have tried many times to escape and failed at every attempt. As they grew older, they became huge and these ropes got smaller and smaller. But what happened here is that they still lived with this outdated reality about themselves and they never gave themselves another chance today. How many of you here sitting in the audience do have such ropes holding you back? Your past failures, beliefs, conflicts, doubts, experiences holding you back from giving today a well-deserved chance. In my book, I've shared some experiences of mine as to how I let go of the past because I truly believe today can be a new beginning. Now I have a quick question for all of you. How many of you here tell yourself the beginning of the next year, day, week, I'm going to start exercising or doing something? When that day finally arrives, you conveniently forget about it or you end up doing something else. Show me a quick raise of hands if you've been there. Thank you all so much. To all those of you who didn't raise your hand, I'm just going to assume you're all very disciplined people and your parents must be very proud of you. At least that's not true in my case, because if I don't start on the day I've decided to, or the very next day when I'm still bubbling with energy, I never get around to it. What I've realized is today is as good as any other day to start. So I start before I start looking for a calendar. If you want to start gardening or that business or whatever it is that is on your mind, go for it. You know, you can sit down today and think about a million ways it can go wrong tomorrow. But how about instead, you sit down today and start the journey. Today, you celebrate the small victories. You learn from your mistakes and just enjoy. It'll take off so much pressure from your future, and when you finally actually get there, trust me, it will be good, and it will thank you. Sometimes, all we can think about is what's happened or what's yet to happen, and our present ends up playing in the background. While that is okay on some occasions, what is not okay is that becoming a routine. Let me share my very own experience here. During the pandemic, I wanted to start volunteering, and I started looking for organizations with whom I could do so. I applied for a few and waited patiently. Now let's fast forward a couple of months into the future. This very book launch happening right now is a real pinch-me moment for the whole A+ team. Because believe it or not, it has been rescheduled quite a number of times due to the pandemic. The last time it was supposed to happen was on the 12th of December 2021. Unfortunately, it was cancelled just a few weeks prior due to the rising COVID cases. We were all so excited and pumped for it to happen, and when we received this news, I was disappointed and frustrated. I could not wrap my head around as to why this kept happening. I just kept thinking, what if it had happened? It could have gone like that, like this. I was so stuck in the past, and it was of no use. Now, a couple of days later, I get a message saying, I've been shortlisted to become a volunteer with an organization called Make a Difference. Take a quick guess as to when my compulsory interview was scheduled. Yes! To all those of you guessing it right, I will make sure you have an extra badam puri at lunch. It was on the 12th of December, and if my book launch had taken place as per plan, I would have missed this interview. And today, I wouldn't be able to call myself a proud volunteer at this organization. Trust me when I tell you this, in just these past 4 months, I've grown in a number of ways I could have never imagined, met some amazing people, and had some memorable experiences. My key takeaway here is that you can sit down and map out every aspect of how you want tomorrow to go. But if you're only sitting and planning, and if you're not ready to accept that the universe sometimes just has better plans for you that is suited for you that day, that is when it hurts. This pandemic, too, was the very example for this, wasn't it? The future is filled with uncertainties, but what is not is how you choose to look at today. You can wake up today, smile today, make others smile today, enjoy the mundane moments of life, and truly live. I've always dreamed of seeing a world where everyone is happy and truly living life. And one secret to this I've realized is how you look at every day, or how you choose to look at every single day. For this very reason, my 14-year-old self decided to pick up a pen and paper and write my book, Present. I just realized something and I'm a little disappointed. How many of you here give gifts to others on birthdays, anniversaries, whatnot? When was the last time you gave yourself a gift? The gift of living in the present moment. So today, before you walk out of this auditorium, do buy my book, Present. Thank you all so much. You were a wonderful audience.